Welcome to the show, everyone. It's the Crypto Lark coming to you from New Zealand. Today, we're going to be talking about PundiX, a very exciting project. Before we get into that, though, a massive thank you to all you guys for being part of the cryptocurrency community, hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, commenting on the videos. That support makes all the world in the difference. So thank you so much for continuing to support my channel, guys. And of course, you have to remember, this is of course not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. PundiX is a fascinating project. Cryptocurrency point of sale terminals. This could be a massive leader for cryptocurrency adoption. It's actually a very exciting year. We have some really great projects which are rolling out massive partnerships and massive adoption pushers like PundiX. Let's break down the basics though of what PundiX is doing. Now, you are going to be able to pay in crypto using their terminals. So if you walk into a cafe, you can pay using Bitcoin using a PundiX terminal. It makes it very easy for a retailer to accept cryptocurrencies. You can also buy cryptocurrencies using their terminals. So you can walk into a cafe and buy Bitcoin. That's freaking awesome. There's going to be a few different cryptocurrencies available in the first models. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, NEM, Quantum, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, Digix Gold Tokens, Zcash, and A-Chain. Awesome. That's a pretty great run of cryptocurrencies. And not only can you buy cryptocurrencies, but you can also sell cryptocurrencies back to the PundiX terminal. Now you can do this using, of course, cryptocurrencies, but you can also use fiat. So you can walk in with your New Zealand dollars or your Indonesian rupiah and buy Bitcoin. Nice. You can also use your bank card. You can also use a mobile wallet like Alipay or Apple Pay, for example. Or they're also going to have the PundiX Pass cards. So these are going to be like the equivalent of a bus card, but you can actually load cryptocurrencies onto it, which is pretty awesome. Nice. Now, if you're a merchant, obviously there's a lot of benefits for having that in. You'll get a certain percentage of the fees that are charged. But you can also increase your revenue by having a bit of ads on there as well. So you can see the terminal behind me here. It's a rather big terminal. There'll actually be space on there for ads. So you can actually get a bit of extra money for that as well. Now, the first batch of these point of sale terminals, 4,000 of them are already being shipped out to Japan, Korea, Singapore, and Switzerland. They're aiming to have 700,000 of these out within 3 years, which is a very impressive number. There's also going to be a big incentive for holding on to them. So you'll be able to get 7% monthly. There'll be a snapshot at the end of every month until the end of the year, which is pretty cool. Next year, that number is going to drop to about 2% monthly. So it's really incentivizing people to get in early and hold on to their tokens so they can get those snapshots, of course. Now, the token, of course, will be used as a settlement within the ecosystem for fees. But there's also some really interesting applications like loyalty rewards points paid out in PundiX tokens. They're already working with a company to deliver this, which is pretty exciting. Now, some other really great things here. The advisors, Lon Wong, of course, now former president of NEM. That's pretty big. We have Jeffrey Jones, board of directors, General Motors Korea. Big. This guy, Kenji Sasaki, he is the co-founder of Cardano. He's also the corporate officer of Emergo. If you don't know what Emergo is, they are the money behind Cardano. Very interesting people to have on board without a doubt. The partnerships, really great partnerships. Of course, Quantum and NEM and Digix and Stellar are all partnered up, but we also have some other really interesting ones too. Like Loyal Coin, for example, FinTech Indonesia, the Blockchain Center in Vilnius. They signed a deal with them, so that's pretty cool. Over in Korea, CoinNest will be the first Korean crypto exchange to issue 300,000 PundiX cards. That's huge. It's huge for driving adoption inside of Korea. Seriously, imagine in Korea, People are not going to be able to walk down the street to their cafe, not only pay in cryptocurrencies, but imagine they're sitting there watching, having their coffee, go, oh man, that's a great dip on NEM right now. I'm going to run up to the counter and buy some. Awesome. Really, really cool stuff. Looking at the roadmap, they're going to be opening up offices around the world. They already have quite a few offices in London, for example. We've got the Tokyo and Seoul offices that are being set up. Moving forward, we'll have a PundiX Foundation. So it'll be helping to run for transparency and compliance, aiming, of course, to deliver those 300,000 XPass cards to Korea in Q2. And that's just Q2. Let's see how the future development of PundiX goes as the year moves on. It's a company that is certainly moving fast at the moment. They got a nice little calculator here for you as well to calculate how much you can earn by locking up your tokens. So if you were to buy tokens today and lock them, let's say 100,000 of them, lock them up until the end of the year, or not lock them up, you can trade them, of course, but just keep them in your account for that snapshot. You would turn 100,000 into 163,000 tokens. That is some pretty good incentives for holding on without a doubt. Now, I really like what PundiX is doing. I think it's going to be a really great driver for adoption. But of course, you do have to keep some things in mind. There's a few things. There's currently a token swap going on. So this kind of makes it a bit hard to find current accurate numbers for investment purposes. There is the NPXS Ethereum token and the NPXS ZEM Mosaic, so NEM-based Mosaic. Currently, the Ethereum-based token is getting all the action. The NEM Mosaic, not getting a lot of love, but you can actually pick this up over on NEM Change. So that is an exchange where you can trade NEM and NEM Mosaic, so it is trading over there, but the liquidity is very low currently for any NPXS ZEM holders. A big concern, of course, has to be about governments. Now, governments like India and China and Indonesia have come out against cryptocurrencies, some going as far as making bans or saying that you can't use it as a form of payment or you can't buy it and all these different things. So that's going to be a real hurdle for them expanding through these countries, because a lot of countries, for example, in Southeast Asia, have these kind of up and down policies on cryptocurrencies. So that's going to be a barrier they need to overcome. At the same time, though, governments have proven also very inept at being able to stop cryptocurrencies. That being said, it's a pretty obvious thing when you have a payment terminal sitting there that you can pay with Bitcoin or accept Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin. That's a bit of a trickier situation, so it may be tougher to actually roll out in many countries around the world, but places like Korea and Japan, even if they just did business in Korea and Japan, that would be massive in of itself, of course, assuming that it does catch on, assuming that people do want to buy Bitcoin from their local cafe, paying in Bitcoin at the local cafe, probably. The other services, probably also, but time will tell if it actually catches on. This has been getting a lot of attention recently in the press. A lot of social media has been talking about it too. It's an exciting project, and I think it could be a really great driver for adoption of cryptocurrencies on a larger scale. And it really may be solving one of the biggest problems that we see in cryptocurrencies, which is giving it that day-to-day use, making it super easy and accessible for people to actually go out and spend their Bitcoin. Because we know the problems that companies like 10x have had trying to deliver their cards, because they're trying to go through Visa and MasterCard. PundiX just went right around that and said we're going to make our own payment terminals, our own cards to go with our own payment terminals, so we're going to avoid all those problems. It's a pretty ingenious way to do it. Now, currently, if you want to grab some PundiX, it's trading for just around 1 US cent or 123 Satoshis. That being said, we are still not sure of what the circulating supply is. We do have this ongoing token swap, which will be happening for quite a while. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you do want to pick up the Ethereum-based tokens, IDEX or Bancor are a pretty good place to do it. If you want to pick up MPXS ZEM tokens, as mentioned, pop over to NEM Change and grab some. But hey, I want to put this back to you guys. What do you think about PundiX? Do you think that this is going to be a big driver for adoption? Would you use a PundiX terminal if you went to your local cafe and you saw, I could pay in Bitcoin here, or I can buy Bitcoin here? Would you use it? Let me know about it in the comment section down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.